What's going on, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Sportsstatus podcast. This is your host, Nathaniel McWhirter, and we are doing it will be a play-by-play reaction show to the BYU Cougars as they are taking on the USC Trojans. Now, I'm going to keep down below, we're going to keep a box score update of what's going on. But as of right now, BYU is up on top, 28-23. A whole lot. It's definitely a closer game than I expected. As the Trojans are have the possession of the football. In their own territory. So quickly, stay tuned in real quick as Anyway, BYU is up on top 28-23. So they're about to start, and Trojans are down on their own 1 yard line, hands the ball off to running back. And that will go to Darlin Burlow, but has not been able to get very much on that play. It's now 2nd and 9, only a gain of 1 that time. It's now 14:36 left in the fourth. So actually, fourth quarter just started as the show just started, and Jackson Dart threw a pass complete. This time is to Jake McCree for 19 yards to USC 29. Gets the first down. I'm sorry. So it's a little bit of a technical background error real quick. They're quickly showing the last play that has been made. Great play by Jackson Dart. He's been making a lot of amazing plays throughout this game. He hands the ball off to Darlin Burlow, but it wasn't. Looks like he's not able to get to that first down marker. Only a gain of 1 that time. And so it looks like it's 2nd and it's now 3rd and 1. It's now 3rd and 1, and they're handing it back off again to Darlin Winthrow, and is able to get the first down marker this time. Sorry, not to Darlin Burlow. Excuse me. This is to the other guy, Vava Malipier, for 4 yards to BYU 42. Gets the enemy territory and the first down marker. And Jackson Dart throws pass complete. This time it's for up into the 20, up to the 20-yard line. So actually, this is to Gary Bryant for 11 yards up to the 30, BYU 31. I'm sorry, I said 20. BYU 31 gets the first down marker. And looks like there's a flag down on the play. They're in enemy territory. And during their last passing play, looks like they're handing off to going to the run game again, slowing down the clock. I like the strategy out here by USC, keeping the clock winding down. They're trailing by 5, so it's not by much. And why does that keep popping up? Okay. Second is 7. And the ball is handed off to Veve Malipe for a gain of 4 to the BYU 10. Current drive, there's been 11 plays on this drive. It's taken about 4 minutes of possession. USC's had about 4 minutes of possession. Close to about 5. And touchdown, USC. Gary Bryant Jr. gets a 10-yard reception. And BYU's trailing, losing. I think that BYU's going to lead, but all season long, other than in one game, every single game this season except for in one, BYU has kept a close game. They're now up by 1. It's now 29-28. And it looks like they might be going for 2. Going for a 2-point attempt here. And Jackson Dart is going to keep it all under pressure. And 2-point attempt is good. To Lake McCree. And now BYU's trailing by a field goal. Scores 31-28. I'll go ahead again. Update the scoreboard here. So again, the score right now is BYU is trailing 31-28, and we have hit commercial break. So while commercial break is going, give you a quick college football update. What happened in today's game? To start things off, Georgia had their rivalry game against Georgia Tech. They won 45-0. Excuse me. Georgia will go off and face Alabama, which I'll talk about a little bit more into detail in a second. Florida beat FSU 24-21, and NC State beat UNC 34-30. Utah beat Colorado 28-13. Cincinnati beat ECU 35-13. Arkansas beat Missouri 34-17. Iowa beat Nebraska 28-21. San Diego State University beat Boise State 26-16, and Ole Miss beat Missouri State 31-21. Wake Forest beat Boston College 41-10. Michigan beat OSU 42-27. That was a great game. Baylor beat Texas Tech University 27-24. Houston beat UConn 45-17, but it's UConn. There was an upset. UTSA, one of the three remaining undefeated college football teams out here, lost today 45-23 against UNT, out of all people. And not only was that an upset, but they were blown out. I'll go ahead and give more of a game update of what's been going on. But first, there was a punt, and they're punting off for a touchback. They're showing a little bit about Tim Tessalone, graduated from USC in 1977. A little bit more information about him. And as BYU starts their first play of possession. BYU, other than that one deep pass in the third quarter, has not been able to get anything in the second half. They only had 96 yards on total offense as they decided to hand it off to the ground game. Tyler Allgeier ran for 10 yards to the 50-yard line for a first down. Jaron Hall So the ball's placed at their own 50 right now, and the quarterback is going to run the ball. They were able to get a gain of 1. Nice stop by USC. USC is up on top 31-28 with 10:07 left in the fourth. USC has been able to stop Tyler Allgeier on his running game. It's now 12 yards rushing by BYU in the running game, which is something that BYU is very good at, is the running game. And only 12 yards in the second half so far. As they hand the ball off to Tyler Allgeier for a gain of 5. So it's now 17 yards in the second half. And ball is hand off again to Tyler Alliger for a gain of 1, but only for a 4th down. BYU's out trailing right now. And they're going for it on 4th down, which actually works. Yes. And they get the 1st down and move the chains. This was actually Jaron Hall threw a pass complete to Tyler Alliger. And they're now in USC 40. And again, Jaron Hall throws it deep, but it actually was a little bit too much. Pass was incomplete. And Samson Naka was the intended target.
Not that time.
And looks like Jaron Hall is going to throw deep again. But this one was intercepted. Oh my gosh. That is now the 2nd interception of the day. I guess Jaron Hall decided to throw it deep because they haven't been able to get anything going in the second half. But that ended up working out and throws the 2nd interception. Turnovers is the one thing that we have been struggling so far, and it's probably why we've kept games closer than they should be. And we have hit commercial break because of the interception. BYU, Jaron Hall threw the ball over, and there wasn't any gain. Kalen Burlock has a touchback, so return for no gain. Ball will be placed at the USC 25. If BYU wins tonight, we would go 5-0 against the Pac-12. We would have our second 10-win season in a row. And we would have our chances are very slim, but still a possibility of making a higher bowl game. Now, I don't know. We're not going to be going to the Final Four playoffs or anything. Those chances have been gone ever since we lost to Baylor. Now, we're in commercial right now, so we'll go ahead and give you a little bit more about what has been happening for college football. I talked a little bit about UNT, but it was probably not the saddest thing that happened today. Alabama fans have to be pissed by this. Yes, they won. I get that. They won. They keep their hopes alive. But they lost. They won in 4 overtimes to an Auburn team who has a 500 record. It's a 4 overtime game. Alabama scored 14 points to put themselves at having the victory over Auburn 24-22. But it took them 4 overtimes to do it. I'm not an Alabama fan, but if Alabama, I can imagine a lot of people right here have to be pissed at this game. Oregon won their rivalry game today against Oregon State 38-29. As Stanford's about to throw again, they weren't able to get anything going. Nice play by BYU's defense. I know it wasn't really much of a reaction there, so I'll go ahead and let you know what happened in just 1 second. Jackson Dart threw a pass to Gary Bryant, but they weren't able to get much going as it was on their own line. It's at their own yard line where they snapped the ball. And Jackson Dart, again, going the passing game, but this time incomplete again to Gary Bryant. It's now 3rd and 18. BYU has finally been able to go get momentum going on the BYU's defensive side of the ball. But I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it because, hey, we can have against Jackson Dart can throw a deep pass at Heck if he wanted to this play, and who knows? And it looks like he is going to the passing game a little bit, and he throws past God to number 84 to Hobbs Nyberg, but did not get the first down marker. And looks like things are going to be put onto the punting team for a little bit, and BYU is going to get their own ball back. And it is a touchback, but so no gain on the play. But the ball will be placed at the 38. Not a touchback, but a fair catch by Hobbs Nyberg at the BYU 36. So 1st and 10, BYU has the football at their own 36 with 6:19 left in the 4th quarter. Only score of this game was by USC. Of this quarter was by USC when they scored a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to give themselves the lead for the first time in this game. BYU has had the lead throughout most of this football game. And we have hit commercial. So Clemson, shout out South Carolina today, 30-0. Pittsburgh beat Syracuse today, 31-14. Oklahoma State beat beat Oklahoma today 37-33. Notre Dame completely blew out Stanford 45-14. Honestly, as much as I hate to say it, Notre Dame being an independent and all, I never really liked Notre Dame, but out of everything that's been going on this year, I think they deserve to be a top 4 team. Especially about what has happened at the towards the end. I need USC to cover 7.5. Hey, pal, Clemson, baby. All right. Next, this will be the last week that I will be covering college football here on the Sportsstatus podcast for the season. And next week, I will be swapping to basketball, college men's basketball, college women's basketball, and in the NBA. I'm alternating between all three of those, giving you the fourth quarter or second half reactions to the game as their game ends up progressing. So Jaron Hall is going to hand it off to Tyler Alliger for a huge gain. Start things off on the run. Good gain of 5. Second and 3. As my screen is currently loading right now. And again, they're handing it off to Tyler Alliger. Again, good gain, gets to the first down marker. Oh, the play's still continuing. What a trick play. Wow. I thought it ended, but they did pull a trick play on us to get get a good 20 more additional yards. The ball went loose, so Tyler Alliger lost control of the football, but then it was recovered by I couldn't tell who it was recovered by. I'll have to look it up through ESPN. Jaron Hall he's going to run the ball for a good 8 yards. And already things have been able to get going. So Dylan Holker was the guy that recovered Tyler Alliger's fumble for BYU and then ran for 21 yards to USC 25 for a first down during the fumble. And it looks like there's an injury on the play. And that is number 31 for the Trojans, Hunter Eccles, is hurt. Looks like he's probably hurt on his left leg, left knee. The way he ran into McKesney there. So it's now 2nd and 3. At BYU 7. And they hand the ball off to Tyler Allgeier. And touchdown! No, I'm sorry. That was Jackson McKesney. But it was still a 7-yard touchdown. And that puts BYU back on the board. Back in the lead. They're replaying it right now. And field goal unit is coming up. And the extra point is good. So BYU is now up on top 35-31 over USC. So I'm going to quickly update that in the banner down below. So it did take me a couple of seconds to do that. And we have hit commercial break because of the touchdown. So right now it's 3:57 left in the fourth. BYU just scored a touchdown. Now let's see if BYU can maintain that lead within that less than 4 minutes left. So next week, expect a new intro for Sports Status and a new how the studio will be set up. That will be new as well. But more about that, I will release the intro when the new when I go in and talk some basketball next week. But I am excited about the Cougars right now for BYU basketball because today, in the women's side, we just pulled another upset, beating another ranked opponent. I could see BYU women's basketball being a top 25 ranked team. I can see it. And on the men's side, we end up defeating Utah on a 20-point victory. So now both men's and women's, we're now 7-0. Women's side, we beat WVU by a point. College football playoffs began Sunday, December 5th. As the next as bowl games is what to expect next. Actually, next week is the championship games for each conference. Oregon versus Oregon State. Pac-12 storylines right now. Travis Dye in that game. He rushed for 14 rushing touchdowns this season, most by an Oregon player since 2017. Washington State, Jake Dickart was named the 34th head coach in the program's history. And then I didn't get to see the third one. Anyway, as BYU kicks the ball off and USC now has possession, it looks like they're running it off for up close to the 30, maybe 31-yard line. It's now 1st and 10. And looks like they hand the ball off to the running game this time. Vive Melipe gets towards close to the first down. Not quite, but close to the first down marker. Good gain of 9. It's now 2nd and 1. Sorry, 2nd and 3, excuse me. So, gain of 7. And Vive Melipe gets the first down marker again. Well, first time this drive. So it's 1st and 10. In this game, he's had 1 touchdown. And there's a BYU player hurt. There's an injured player on the field. He's being carried off right now. Looks like it's his right knee. Uriah Leiataua. Uriah, don't know how to pronounce his last name. So there, I spelled it out for you. And looks like they're about to go off, and ball is snapped again over to Via. Didn't quite get to the first to the line of scrimmage though, as it's now 2nd and 11. And Jackson Dart is going to run the football for a short gain of 3. It's now 3rd down. 3rd and 6. I wonder if they're going to use most of the time on the running game here, because theirs is getting close to 2 minutes left in the football game. And they do. Viva Latea gets the first down marker this time, and a little bit more than just that. It's now 1st and 10. Sorry, 2nd down. 2nd down because they threw in an incompletion to Gary Bryant Jr. And Jackson Dart throws deep to Gary Bryant Jr., but incomplete, passes blocked. Looks like it was by number 18. And Jackson Dart hands the ball off to the running game again. Has been very effective on this drive. And gets the first down marker. Short game, but it was enough to move the chains. It's 1:29 left in the 4th quarter. BYU's up 35-31. And a game that I thought was going to be, I didn't think it was going to be where BYU puts up 50. No, I didn't think it was going to be like that. But, man, this USC team has surprised me today. Jackson Dart, again, ran for a good 10 yards there. Up to close to the BYU 20. And they're reviewing that to see where he got to. So there's 120 left in the football game. BYU's up on top, 35-31. And Jackson Dart has possession of the football. I mean, Jackson Dart's USC offense is up. And he throws incomplete to Cody Bryant Jr. again. Pass was blocked by number 18. And that looks like it was Hayes. Jackson Dart hands it off to Viva Letea, the running back. So that was about a gain of 4. It's now 3rd down. 3rd and 6. They need to score a touchdown if they want to win this because it's now less than a minute. But I hope they don't win it because I'm rooting for BYU. It's now 4th. And USC just took a timeout. BYU has about 3 timeouts remaining. I can see BYU taking a couple as well. But USC has 2. This is actually the first timeout by either team in the half. So, coming up next week, like I said earlier in the show, and just in case if you missed it, new intro and outro music. Stay tuned in for that. Next week, this will be the last week I'll be covering college football. I'll be starting next week. I'll be alternating between college men's basketball, college women's basketball, and NBA. I'll be alternating between all 3 of those depending on who plays the later game. And expect a new desk. And Trent Spatford, Spatford, I'm not sure if I pronounced the name right. Again, time left on the clock. That is less than a minute, so there's now 43 seconds left. BYU has been better about has had more passing yards in this game, 278 to 248. While USC has been really great has been having more luck on the ground game. It's now 2nd and 11. It's now at the 36 with 36 seconds left. And BYU again took another knee. So it looks like they're sealing the deal, taking as USC just took their final timeout. It's now 3rd and 12. And this game's pretty much over at the point. Final score is 35-31, but there's still 35 seconds left. I want to see where the committee ranks BYU after this game. Are they going to rank him 10? Probably not, because BYU didn't end up winning by 40 points, 40 plus. But is BYU going to be ranked top 10? Is what I want to know. I could see it as they take another knee. USC is officially out of timeouts, though. And that seals the deal. Clock is winding down. Yeah, game's over. Final score is 35-31. BYU over USC. And that's about wraps the show up as well. So like I said, next week I will be talking a little bit more about basketball instead of football. So stay tuned in for that. And this has been Nate the Great signing out on the Sports Status podcast. See you at weekdays see you on Saturday evenings every day, and on the personal page, personal Sports Status Facebook page. I will post that after the show is over. There I do a couple of other videos here and there as well. But as for now, it's been Nate the Great signing out, and we'll see you probably next Saturday.